everybody, today I'm going to be doing uniform fashion show. So I've got HKF Hisho brand, Tokaido Hiryu, Shureido New Wave 2, this is Hirota. Yeah, this one is takumi. Hirota Pina Kumite. And finally, Hirota Pina Kata. So right now, all the competitions are down. All these gradings are often postponed, so not many people buying uniforms, and so uniform industries are going down. The least I can do to help Japanese uniform shops is, introduce them. This is, well, first of all, I belong to SKF, so I should really start with SKF brand Hisho. So obviously this is the hand drawing of Kanazawa Sensei's, Kanazawa Soke. He was quite a bit of an artist. So this is copyright design of our logo. You can, if you live in Japan, you can officially only buy the uniform with this logo from Hisho. And it's got this autograph of Sensei in the label. You see, so this is his autograph. Obviously I fell in love with Kanazawa Sensei a long time ago. That's how I joined SKF. This is size 4. I'm 155, medium built with big karate legs. So if I go for 5'1" standard uniform, I probably am like size 3. But just for the space on the leg, I usually go for either size 3.5 standard cut, and something I'll probably wear when I'm teaching to represent SKIF. The material is, with this XL, it's quite smooth. It is not pure cotton, it's a mixture material, and the only complaint, if I were to say, is the string gets untied very easily. It's got this munahimo, especially ladies, or like not only just ladies, you can definitely order from any Japanese brand. This is called munahimo, chest strings, so that it doesn't get indecent during your training. I know they have even more brand new polished standard, and that material looks fantastic. But I haven't got it yet. Only the cons about this, apart from this string I was talking about, is the cost. It's probably one of the most expensive uniforms Dogi you can get. This is Tokaido's Hiryu. This is pretty much designed for competition. So you can see the tail, really quite a stern material. None of my uniforms are 100% cotton, so they don't really shrink, but this is quite close to cotton feeling, and I'm not even having the chest string, but it's quite uptight, so it's really stays in a formal look. It doesn't get undone during a competition. And then this, you can see that back is longer than back of the front, so that you can really lift it. And then lots of competitors like to have that tail look, and it also, it's a hard material, so it makes nice, and it stays, so you can really make nice looking shape. So yeah, it's really competitors uniform. I didn't tailor make it, I just happened to be perfect to my fit, so I just cut it my sleeve and the pants. I think this was 3.5 in the Tokaido, and yeah, just it's also, see, it's really they have the sleeve here, so you know, there's no accidental showing off your underpants kind of thing, because they really designed it very well for a nice presentation. Good thing about Tokaido is a lot more economical than other Japanese brands. They do have, I don't know about this one, but they definitely do have the version manufactured in China. Usually Hiryu is not, you will definitely have the measurement so that it goes exactly underneath your belt. And also the another thing about it is Hiryu is designed to cut absolutely touching into your crotch, so to speak. So there's nothing hanging, yeah. So you can really make and then it just makes it really nice. Nothing, not making your legs short, etc. Like that, and it just goes up very, very nicely. If you want to have more standard cut, then for kata, I know they're famous for, I think it's called otoha, and they do have a really thin light material for Kumite. Shureido New Wave 2. You can see this is standard cut. I didn't do auto make, and there's no string attached to the chest as well. But yes, it's just like the Tokaido one. It really sits nicely. Size 2.5. Shureido sizing are pretty different from other brands. They're, yeah, it's really quite small. If you ordered exactly the same size as like Hirota or Tokaido, you end up with super baggy uniform. The good thing about Shureido is that they really cater for large figures, because they have a branch in America as well. Again, it is quite a hard material, but not as thick as the one I just wore. Again, it's not 100% cotton, but it does feel like it. Good thing about Okinawan brand, Shureido, is really designed for their climate. So Okinawa is very hot and very humid. So if I wear a Tokaido brand or even their SKIF Hisho brand, in a little bit warmish time, Okinawa can be very, very hot in summer, I won't be able to train. I will just die. So this ventilates quite well, absorbs the sweat. So if you're a sweaty kind of person, Shureido uniform caters for that. And also it's designed very well for stocky kind of body, whereas Hirota and Tokaido, their natural shape is quite slim. Yeah, it's not as hard as the other material, but it still makes a beautiful sound, and it holds the shape. The color is, the Tokaido one is a lot wider, this one is a less, but of course it's nice and beautiful. And Shureido one's very nice and baggy here, so it will never have a issue lifting. Whereas slim cut, when you start getting sweaty, the kneecap can get pulled. What I really like about Shureido is that the strings in the waist is probably the best designed amongst all the other. I can untie when I go to the bathroom, but also it holds during a training. Tokaido one's not too bad as well, but whereas I had issues with Hirota one, when I wear it, oh my god, I can't get undone. Hirota's Kumite, Peanut Kumite. This is the only Kumite uniform I've got. The lightest, softer material, so it still makes noise, but not as sharp as the other material. The reason why I got this, I never actually bought Kumite uniform before, but I saw Naka sensei carrying these uniform, and very, very light, but still not thin, and hold the shape relatively well. Not as good as the kata uniform, obviously. Tail is quite, relaxed, etc. But for traveling, you really don't want to carry those hard material unless you're competing. It just takes up so much space in a suitcase, and also it's quite heavy. This is very light. Now, easy to move, very smooth, but it sticks to your body if you sweat a lot. So for dry country like Australia, this is perfect. But if you are training in a humid place, this can really make you other Kumite uniform that can be super thin and see-through. This has no issue. This one I ordered high waist, and so really doesn't have the issue of coming down. And also Pinak Kumite is readily available. Other uniform you often have to wait for tailor making, but yeah, within Hirota, Pinak Kumite is always available. You just can cut the sleeves and to the length you want, then yeah, unless you really want to tailor all this other part, it's ready straight away. This is Pinak Kata. As a kata competitor, this is my favorite fit so far. It does have the hard material to give tail, but soft enough to go down and up easily. Quite solid, so it's not really, if you're just going for the seminar, it can be a bit, space occupying, but it really holds the shape. This one doesn't have the string, but it holds in, just like other kata uniform, the really competitive uniform, it really holds up high, so you don't have to worry about exposing yourself. It's the high waist, so you really don't have the issue of the slits coming off, and it makes nice noise. It really holds the good shape. If I want to make myself look good, and like for example photo shooting, I will definitely wear this. This is one of the most expensive ends of Hirota brand, Takumi. It's actually exactly the same order-made cut to the one I just wore, which is Pinak Kata, but it's slightly softer material. So it's high waist and cut for my body figure. And exactly the same, but it's a softer material, so it doesn't hold as firmly as Pinak Kata. But don't get me wrong, I also it looks like I've got so many Hirota clothes, but I do have a Tokaido and Shureido at home in Japan. And once upon a time, I just like when I have the cash, I bulk buy. So there were some times that I had a lot of Shureido uniform, a lot of this brand, but these 4 brands are my favorite brands. And the good thing about Hirota is if you live overseas and if you're an SKF member, you can also get this chest embroidery. Any other brands apart from SKF Hisho brand, you don't have the rights to have this embroidered. But Hirota's got a license to the residents who live overseas, outside of Japan. You can get this Kanazawa Sensei's, well, this is my favorite chest embroidery. This is my uniform, probably about 10 years old, so it's getting a bit thin in a few areas. But this is the uniform, exactly the same as what I showed you before. It's a Pinak Kata that I competed in a world championship in 2012 and also national championship in Japan. Was that 2 years ago? 3 years ago? I can't remember. But I don't really compete anymore, but this has been my good luck uniform, and it's still holding a beautiful shape. Probably got smaller than the other one I just showed you, but it really feels very, very sturdy, but also baggy enough to be able to give me the space and gives a nice shape. Obviously I have to wear different badge when I was competing, depending on what I was representing, so this is the hand embroidery. But this is my obviously good luck uniform. how to choose uniform, it really depends on the climate where you live in, depends on the purpose, depends on the budget. I will also show you, some of you may not have idea what I mean by high waist. I'm just gonna wear a few different things so you can see. But generally speaking, if it's high waist, when you wear the belt, the string is higher, so you can tie the belt. I mean, especially for women, our belt is a little bit worn higher. So if your pants string is below, there's a bit of risk it's falling down. So you want to wear the string up tight, and then no matter what you do, nothing comes off. But yeah, I will show you what I mean. So this is high waist pants. It's really tailor-made to your waist size. So it doesn't, the general one, the standard one, it would never come with the high waist. You have to always order the M. And then you can also choose the length. You can make it, I think, like 7 centimeter or 5 centimeter above, so to make it, yeah, to your liking. Some people like it wearing really close here. I mean, the string is around here, but yeah, just so that you can have tightness here. And obviously when you tailor make it, it's really cut there. This is my old uniform, but this is probably maybe the 3rd string I have to press in for, as I said before, Hirota string is super tight, so you know you have to undo it very firmly, and they get weak quite quickly. That's the only, you know, I do like Hirota, but the string I'm not quite sure about that. I hope they improve. And then yeah, I just have to sew it up and many times. This is new wave 2 Shureido's standard pants. So yeah, it's a non-high waist, and I didn't tailor make or anything. So it's a little bit baggy around here, but it's for training purpose, that's probably better because it just gives you ventilation. As I said, Shureido's uniforms made very well for humid weather. Sometimes I see beginners and they're wanting to, you know, after a while you want to get an expensive uniform. Beginner's uniform often comes with elastic pants. So often, particularly boys, tend to wear the pants down, and then this crotch quite loose. And then when you get the uniform, I see students come out of changing room, and I take wearing pants like this. It's super loose, and or they say, oh, it doesn't feel right. But this is not how you wear uniform. It actually sticks to your leg a lot more when you, because it's really designed to bring it really up and above the belt inside your uniform. So you really have to wear without thing hanging down there. Okay, this is Tokaido's hideous pants. This is not high waist. I did not order make it. It just comes like that. And so there's nothing hanging out, but it's got this kind of bottle shape, so it gives enough space for lifting a leg. It looks absolutely tight in here, but it has enough space for, you know, to be able to do deep shikodachi or kibadachi, any shape that you really want. Yeah, you can actually. The uniform really tells me if I've been indulging too much, I can really tell, because it just gets, this is really fitted. Yeah, but it's a nice shape uniform, but because it's fitted, it makes you hot quite easily. So not suited for summer, great for competition venue though, when there's like air condition is like icy freezer. But yeah, so just for the general training, this can give you a hard time. So these are my uniforms choose wisely. At the end of the day, you have to know your own body, which brands suits you the best. This gives you a bit of insight, and when you want to try it or order it, gives you a few ideas. Anyway, please look at the description parts for the link, so they will have their measurement of each brand has a different measurement system, so you can check your own. And yeah, all the best for the uniform choice.